On May 3rd, 2010, Yardley Love was murdered by her ex-boyfriend, fellow UVA student and lacrosse player George Healy. Yardley's death is many things: tragic, unfortunately common, and above all, preventable. According to the National Domestic Violence Hotline, 43% of college women that date report experiencing violent and abusive relationship behaviors, and 52% say that they know a friend who's experienced these behaviors. Now, the average class size at FSCJ is about 25 students, meaning somewhere around 13 of my peers know someone that's been the victim of intimate partner violence. I myself have learned about this through the One Love Foundation. In high school, I started Team One Love Club at Fletcher, and I was trained to become an escalation workshop leader. Through my training, I've learned that relationship abuse is an epidemic that many people shy away from talking about, but the conversation around it can save lives. The prevalence of relationship abuse affects many Americans. However, it's especially common amongst young people. Education about early warning signs and how to help people in trouble, though, can help curb this issue. And the One Love Foundation exists to educate people about this. Now, domestic violence. What is it? According to the U.S. Department of Justice, domestic violence is defined as a pattern of abusive behavior in any relationship that is applied by one partner to gain or maintain power and control over another intimate partner. Intimate partner violence includes physical and sexual violence and threats to intimidate or cause harm. This means the abuse can be emotional, financial, sexual, or physical. Now, it affects men and women of any age. No one's immune to this. About 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have been the victim of severe physical violence by an intimate partner in their lifetime. 12 million people every year are the victim of intimate partner violence, which is around 3.7% of the current U.S. population. Nearly half of all men and women, though, have experienced psychological aggression from an intimate partner in their lifetime, and 1 in 3 college women say they've been in an abusive dating relationship. The National Domestic Violence Hotline also says that 24 people per minute are the victim of rape, physical violence, or stalking by an intimate partner in the United States. That number does include men and women. Carol Lambert from Psychology Today says that 4 women a day are killed by an intimate partner. Intimate partner homicides make up 10% of all U.S. homicides, and of those, women are around victims 70% of the time. When threats of physical violence escalate to words such as "I'll kill you," these women are 15 times more likely than other women to be killed. Now, there's 2 things at the root of this issue: violent partners and the lack of education. On the violent partners' end, relationships can turn abusive when one partner feels the need to exercise control over another. Now, Dr. Toby Goldsmith from Psych Central says this is often due to things like low self-esteem, intense jealousy, difficulty expressing emotions, or feelings of inadequacy. Now, the lack of education, however, is one of the reasons that people stay in these relationships or wind up getting into these relationships in the first place. The National Domestic Violence Hotline reports that 58% of college students don't know what to do to help someone who's the victim of dating abuse. About 38% of college students say they don't know how to help themselves if they were in an abusive relationship, and around 57% of college students don't even know how to identify signs of an abusive relationship. But there are things out there to help curb that problem. I'll be focusing on the One Love Foundation. The One Love Foundation seeks to educate the youth on early warning signs of domestic abuse and what's considered healthy in a relationship versus what's considered unhealthy. One Love partners with education institutions as well as different organizations to provide resources to help educate. On the school side of things, that comes in the form of your PE class at your local high school and colleges that exists in Team One Love clubs like I started at Fletcher. But there are some big organizations such as Comcast, the NFL Network, several NFL teams including the Jaguars and the Premier Lacrosse League that have partnered to distribute the material to both their employees and help do things in the community. The solution is very feasible because One Love makes all of their education materials free to access and free to distribute. But there is a large personal toll that this can take on you when you're volunteering to learn about this information and to help these people. It takes a great emotional toll on you. But I'm asking you all today to consider joining One Love in helping to educate people about the signs of domestic abuse. One Love offers escalation workshops. They offer community resources such as the Yards for Yardley campaign that they have going on that works much like a walkathon that you did in school. There's 3 main steps that we can take. We can get trained, we can get involved, and we can inform others. Training for the escalation workshops is very easy. You sit through an escalation workshop yourself, and then afterwards you go through with the facilitator to learn how you would implement that into things like your small groups, your workplaces, your schools, etc. Then you take this material, you start your clubs, or you take it, like I said, to your small groups or your workplace, and you facilitate workshops, small, about 10 people, just to help educate people on those signs. The hope is that you, by getting involved with your community and educating these people, will inspire them to further go out and get educated and teach more people about the signs so we can help curb the problem. Leaving a relationship like this isn't an easy thing to do, but support systems offer people places to go or a shoulder to lean on to help get them through it. Today I've talked to you about the expanse of the problem of domestic abuse. I've talked about the solution that One Love provides, and I'm asking you all to take this information and go out into your communities and implement One Love's educational tools for the people that you know. At the end of the escalation workshop video, a lot of Yardley's friends and family say that they all saw little signs here and there, but they didn't think anything of it. But if just one or two people had spoken up, Yardley might be here today. I encourage you all to get educated, and if you see something, say something. That way we can avoid creating more Yardleys in the future. Thank you.